Prince Harry's resigned as patron of Sentebale, the charity he co-founded nearly 20 years ago in honour of his mother, Princess Diana. But this isn't just another royal stepping back from an organisation. His exit is tied to a dramatic leadership dispute, legal battles, and some very public accusations. Hello, I'm Cameron Walker and you're watching GBN Royal. So what's really happening behind the scenes? Why has the Duke of Sussex walked away from a cause so close to his heart? And what does this mean for the future of Sentebale? Well, let's break it down. Sentebale was born out of Harry's deep personal connection to Lesotho, a small African kingdom where he spent time during his gap year in 2004. He saw firsthand the devastating impacts of HIV and AIDS on young people, which inspired him to take action. And in 2006, along with Prince Sisu of Lesotho, he founded Sentebale, which means forget-me-not in the local language. The charity has since provided healthcare, education and support for thousands of children in Lesotho and Botswana. And for nearly 2 decades, Sentebale has been one of Harry's most hands-on projects. He's raised money for the charity, visited its programs and even played polo matches to bring in more money and donations. But now he's stepping away under very different circumstances. At the heart of this fallout is a leadership crisis that's rocked the charity's boardroom. It started when several trustees called for the resignation of the charity's chairwoman, Dr. Sophie Chandauka. The reason? A dispute over the direction of the charity, particularly its decision to shift fundraising efforts to Africa. But when their calls for the chairwoman to step down were rejected by her, things escalated. She took legal action and the High Court even issued an injunction to prevent her removal. That's when the trustees made a drastic move. They quit en masse, and in a show of solidarity, Prince Harry and Prince Sisu followed suit. In their joint statement, the two princes said, "It is devastating that the relationship between the charity's trustees and the chair of the board broke down beyond repair, creating an untenable situation." But Dr. Chandauka fired back, and she isn't holding back either. In a scathing statement, she appeared to take aim at Harry himself, accusing him of using the press to push a victim narrative. Have you heard that one before? She said, "There are people in this world who behave as though they are above the law and mistreat people, and then play the victim card and use the very press they disdain to harm people who have the courage to challenge their conduct." Dr. Chandauka also claimed that she had reported the trustees to the Charity Commission over governance concerns. She alleged that Sentebale had been plagued by poor governance, weak executive management, abuse of power, bullying, harassment, misogyny, and misogynoir. That's a serious list of accusations. Now let's take a step back here, because on the one side we have Prince Harry and Prince Sisu standing with the former trustees, one of which is a close personal friend of Prince Harry, suggesting that they believe the chairwoman's leadership is the issue here. On the other hand, she is essentially accusing her critics, including Prince Harry, of trying to remove her from calling out governance failures. And right now, the whole situation is in legal limbo.
Have you been getting a load of spam in your email recently? What about random calls? It's really annoying, isn't it? Data brokers are out there collecting your personal information. Anything from your email, your full name, your address, and even your political affiliation. Cyber criminals can even use AI to mimic the voices of friends and family to trick people into sending them money. And it gets even worse. People out there are getting huge loans taken out in their names without even knowing about it. But don't worry, because the sponsor of this video, Incogni, can help. They reach out to the data brokers on your behalf and request that your information is removed from their databases. Incogni continues to make sure that your data is removed automatically from the internet via repeated removal requests. So, how can you get started? Well, step 1, hit the link in the description, create an Incogni account and tell us whose data you'd like removed. Step 2, grant Incogni the right to work on your behalf. Step 3, sit back, relax, and watch Incogni work. They will update consistently so you know when your data has been removed. Incogni is risk-free for 30 days, so you can try it for yourself and you'll get a free refund if the service isn't for you. So take back your personal data today with Incogni. Use the code GBNews using the link in the description below and you'll get 60% off an annual payment plan.
Sentebale itself has responded, saying it hasn't received official resignations from its royal patrons. Instead, it claims the changes are part of a recalibration to align with its transformation agenda. The charity has also been expanding its focus beyond HIV/AIDS to include youth health, economic empowerment, and climate resilience. But the question remains, was this shift part of the problem? Because this is a big moment for Harry. Sentebale was one of the very few patronages he kept after stepping down as a senior royal in 2020. Unlike his lost military titles and royal roles, this was something he chose to continue. And was allowed to continue because Queen Elizabeth II actually stripped him of a lot of those military titles and royal patronages. Even as recently as last year, Harry was still actively raising money for Sentebale because in April, he was pictured with Dr. Chandauka, the chairwoman, at a high-profile polo fundraiser in Florida. And in October that year, as in 2024, he visited Lesotho, for the first time in 6 years, sitting around a campfire with young people, reflecting on the massive difference Sentebale was making. So for him to walk away, that suggests this dispute runs deep. Meanwhile, the UK Charity Commission has confirmed it is aware of concerns about the governance of Sentebale and is assessing the issues. Whether that leads to a formal investigation remains to be seen. But there's another question. What does this mean for Harry's future in philanthropy? His charity work has always been central to his public image. Sentebale was one of his last remaining personal projects, and now that's gone too. Could this be the start of a new chapter in how he engages with causes, or is it a sign that tensions behind the scenes are making it harder for him to operate in the charity sector? With the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, i.e. Harry and Meghan, focusing much of their energy on their own Archewell Foundation, it's possible Harry will pivot his efforts there instead. But Sentebale was personal. It was tied to his mother's legacy, and stepping away couldn't have been an easy decision. So where does this leave us? Well, to recap, Harry and Prince Sisu have resigned as patrons of Sentebale. The boardroom battle revolves around a dispute over leadership and governance. Dr. Chandauka, the chairwoman, has hit back, accusing her critics of unfair treatment. The UK Charity Commission is now looking into the situation. And the big question, what happens next for Sentebale and for Prince Harry's work in Africa? We want to hear your thoughts. Was this dispute unavoidable? Should Harry have fought to stay? And what do you think it means for Sentebale's future? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more royal updates. This has been Cameron Walker for GBM Royal. The royal family is an enduring symbol of tradition, unity, and pride for Britain. At GB News, we celebrate what makes this country great. In our new royal newsletter series, you can join me, Cameron Walker, for Inside the Palace, an exclusive look every week that takes you beyond the gates and brings you the very latest from those at the heart of the monarchy. Never miss a royal moment again. Sign up now. Go to gbnews.com/royal newsletter and get the latest straight to your inbox.